Hi, my name is Ramna. My personal blog is .netiq.com. You can follow my blog at facebook.com/.netiq. In this screencast, I'm going to cover the populating of the Unity container via Web.config. In my previous screencast in part 1, I covered populating of Unity container through global.asx file. If you want to know more about the dependency injection with the Ioc container or Microsoft Unity application block or Ninject container, please visit my part 1 video on this same topic. And I'm going to cover the high level how we do the same like populating Unity container through global.asx. Then I will move to the how we do with the web.config. Yeah, this is my MVC solution, and as I said in my part 1 I created this solution and I already implemented the dependency injection with Ioc container. Here this is a home controller class. We implemented the dependency injection through constructor in this class. So we are passing the iEmployee as a parameter to this constructor. So at the runtime, MVC runtime, it's going to the dependency resolver is going to look in the custom dependency resolver what we implemented here. This is the one, the custom dependency resolver. Basically, the MVC itself, it has its dependency resolver, which is going to look for the container mapping of the interfaces. Here we are implementing our own custom dependency resolver. If you want to implement a custom dependency resolver, it must implement the interface iDependency resolver. It has two methods. One is get service and another is get services. So this is the custom dependency resolver. It's remain going to be the same. And in the if you see the global.asx file, yeah, this is the where we are creating the Unity container and we are registering the interface like iEmployee, and we are mapping the fake employee. Actually, what is the benefit of the dependency injection and what is the meaning of fake employee and actual employee? To know more about this, please visit my part 1 screencast on this topic. Okay, and here I'm giving the mapping and registering here to the container, and I'm adding that container to the custom dependency resolver. I'm assigning this custom dependency resolver to the MVC dependency resolver. This is how we implemented using the global.asx in application start. Here we are giving the actual mapping, that means registering the interface with the object. If suppose if you want to change this object fake employee to employee and some other object, then you need to change the global.asx and build your component and deploy it. It means you need to move that your project component. Rather, if you can give this configuration, means this mapping at the web.config level, I'm going to show you how we can do. Since we are doing this in web.config level, you don't need this. I'm just commenting this piece of code. I'm just it's in running mode and go to the web.config. Sorry, the web.config. I already have the configuration in my notepad. I'm just copying this and I will go through that. Sorry, it's already I copied here. Sorry, it's my mistake. Yeah, basically if you see this, we added a new section, Unity section. Means in web.config, if you introduce your own like custom config section, you need to map that associated DLL. So here our section name is Unity. So the Unity is implemented in Microsoft practice.unity.configuration.unity configuration section. This is the DLL where it's implemented. So the namespace. Basically, one more thing. I'm showing this example with the Microsoft Unity container. How we get means from where we get this Unity container and how we implement. Again, you need to please before you see this screencast, please cover the part 1 and come to this screencast. That way you will know more details about the Unity and from where you get it and how to install and everything. Okay. It's already Unity related DLLs I added to my project and I downloaded in my system and added to my project. So I just configured that section, the custom section Unity, and If you see this, the aliases, if you see here we have three aliases. That means that these three objects means the aliases I am using here. For example, I am specifying this iEmployee. Alias name is iEmployee. That means iEmployee if is mapped with the contracts.iEmployee. If you go to the contracts DLL, the iEmployee is existed in the contracts DLL. This is the contracts is the namespace and namespace dot the class the interface name, the class name, and the contract is the DLL name. So you just defining that iEmployee and the type you are defining here. If you see here the fake employee also you are defining the type. The fake services dot fake employee, the namespace dot class name, and the fake services is the DLL component name. So then you are defining the aliases names for each of the object what you are going to map or register with your container. This is the container actual element. If you see the container, this is actually the Unity container. Here you are registering that the iEmployee you are mapping with the fake employee. The home controller, again you don't forget to register the home controller, but the home controller itself it's a object as a class. So you just mention the home controller type, register that type in container. Otherwise you get a error like sorry, the namespace some error you will get it. And don't forget to register the home controller here. And I assign the iEmployee is mapped with the fake employee. These are all basically these whatever you specify here type and map to is the alias names. If you say type iEmployee, it goes to the alias iEmployee and it find the type and it loads. It means internally it has a mechanism for reflection to load that contracts DLL and this type the iEmployee. And the same way, the fake employee means it goes to the alias fake employee and load that type. So basically you are giving the registry means the container population and the registering in Web.config. And as I mentioned, I already commented this piece of code. So here I also comment means in your Web.config you just mentioned that the mappings and means population of the container, but you didn't mention use the your custom dependency resolver. You need to assign your custom dependency resolver to MVC dependency resolver. Then only the MVC runtime it goes to your custom dependency resolver, and from there it goes to your container and it looks for that particular interface associated object. Since here you didn't assign that your custom dependency resolver to MVC dependency resolver. This is the just I had this piece already. See here I am creating the Unity container object, the load configuration. This load configuration, it basically it loads from the web.config the Unity, the block of the Unity configuration. And again I am setting the Unity dependency, it's my custom dependency resolver. I am adding to the dependency resolver. And I'm passing the configuration details to as a container, and I'm passing that container to my custom dependency resolver. These are the changes we need to do to use the web.config for your Unity container population. If I run this, remember I mentioned the fake employee. I mapped the fake employee to iEmployee. So you see the fake employee. This is the method I am executing, get employee details. So you see the fake implementation with some static first name Ramna Kumar and some employee ID whatever you pass. I am running this. See fake implementation first name, this is the one we assigned the object, that's why you are seeing the fake implementation. If I change the object to fake implementation to employee, here I change my configuration back, like I gave the alias name, I changed to fake employee to employee, and I assigned the employee class, like services is the namespace and dot employee, and this is services is the DLL component name. If you see the services class, services is the DLL and it has the employee class, and if this is the one actual implementation, and you see some static data as well. Okay, if I run this project, and one more thing, remember I assigned iEmployee to employee alias, means this. So this time when you have the iEmployee in a constructor, it creates the employee object and it passes to that. Okay. I just run the project and it's going to show the actual implementation. I'm expecting that. Come on. Yes, you see the actual implementation. And one more thing is, in my last screencast, I didn't cover the, let me see, go the home controller. See, the dependency injection is here we implemented through constructor. The dependency implementation you can implement through property also. It's a kind of setter getter. So I will show you how we can implement through property and the runtime, the IOC container. I'm mapping that to IOC container so that it's going to get that object. The property is going to assign with the object at runtime from the Unity container. I will show you how we can do that. Here I commented the constructor and the private variable, and I just created a property called a EMP object, which is means expecting get or set as the IMP interface implemented object. See here, I decorated with the dependency attribute. Basically, this dependency is a part of the Microsoft Unity block. So when you decorate with the dependency, wherever you use this property, that runtime, it checks that it creates the object, it gets the object from the Unity container. If you see in this method index, I am straight away using the employee object property dot get employee details. So it is going to means whenever this method is going to supposed to execute, that time this property is going to get the object from the Unity container. I am running this code. You will, because we already assigned the employee object to the employee, so you will see the actual implementation in output screen. See actual implementation. So this is how we implement the property dependency injection through IOC. Again, it is through using the Unity Microsoft application block Unity. Okay. Thank you. Bye.